Hello everyone, welcome back to Pilates with Yvonne. I'm Yvonne and today we'll just do another Pilates class together. Today we'll just be focusing a bit more on core, glutes and legs. So we will have these three targets in mind. I will try to give options wherever I can, of course. So everyone will just find basically their own intensity and what works for their own bodies. Before starting, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And then whenever you're ready, we're going to get started. Today, we're going to get started from sitting at the front of the mat. We're going to lengthen through the spine, find those feet in the same line of the knees. Take an inhale to rest the hands on top of the shins and look towards the ceiling while you just lengthen through the spine. Breathing out, we know the chin down to the chest. Inhale, we lengthen the spine, look up. Exhaling, look down. Inhale through the nostrils. Breathing out. If you want to close down the eyes, please do. But this is the beginning, so we try to focus on the breath. We try to focus on tuning into our breath rhythm. Noticing that when we breathe in, we feel the rib cage expanding sideways. When you breathe out, the ribs come together and they glide down towards the hips, twice more. The hands are there to support the spine so that the spine can stay long and the sitting bones can just ground on the floor. We're going to start to round the spine on the next exhale, and the hands will come at the back of the thighs while we look in between the knees or the thighs. And inhaling, we lengthen and we look up. Exhale, we round. Inhaling, we lengthen. Twice more, round back. Inhaling forward. As you can see, I'm starting to make the C curve a little bigger, but that's entirely up to you if you want to keep it small, more as a mobility exercise, or if you want to deeper through the C curve and move a little further back here. Always listening to what the body needs and always making sure that we're not pinching or feeling the lower back at any point. So you want to just isolate the middle back and you want to feel the top of the core working instead. Give me last one, breathing out. Now inhaling, let's just lengthen. We're going to take the arms to the sky. We're going to start to round the spine and reach the hands forwards. And from here, we just take a little tap. So we start to move the left hand by the side of the left thigh. And then we swap. Exhale, tap, inhale, lift. Exhale, tap, inhale, lift. For 6, for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, 1. Finish your left, finish your right. Inhale, hold, exhale, move back an inch. Inhale, hold, exhale back. Inhale, hold, exhale back. Inhale, hold, exhale back. Inhale, hold, exhale back. Inhale, hold, exhale, release fully down. Take an inhale, bring the feet towards the sitting bone. So just return the feet on the floor. And we're going to take little tilt of the pelvis. So I'm going to ask you to kind of create a little pocket of air under the lower back. And exhaling, we're going to make that gap disappear so that the lower back is just pressing on the floor. Inhaling, pocket of air, so your hand can just slide through. Exhale, tuck the tailbone and just lengthen the lower back on the floor. Inhaling, we arch. Exhaling to just micro round. Careful in this into this movement because we are not over compressing the spine. So I don't want you to just over press the spine on the floor. I want you to think about lengthening instead. So if you imagine a little blueberry under the lower back, I want you to kind of squeeze that blueberry down lightly and then make space for that blueberry to just stay there. 4 times more. Press, inhale, slightly arch. Exhale for 3. Inhale. 2 more. Arms are always lengthening by the side of the body. Feet are close to the sitting bones and the knees are in the same line of the feet. Let's start to press that blueberry down onto the mat and exhaling, squeeze the glutes and lift the hips up into a shoulder bridge. Inhale, we stay at the top, lengthening the knees to a diagonal forward. Exhale, we return the spine down and we return to have that space for that little blueberry. So exhale, we press and we lift the hips up, pressing the feet firmly down. Inhale, stay, exhale and roll. We go for 4. Exhale, squeeze the glutes and lift. Inhale, stay. Exhale, release. Inhale, reset. 2 more, breath out. Inhale. Exhale. Reset. Last one. Exhale, squeeze the glutes, lift the hips. And from here, let's lift the heels off the ground, everyone. I'm going to ask you to sink your left hip a couple of inches down, and then the left hip is going to come back up. Right hip does the same. So we drop and we lift. Drop, exhale, lift. Inhale, relax the glute. Exhale, squeeze the glute. Relax, squeeze. Relax, squeeze. If you feel that your lower back starts to pinch, it means your hips are too up, too high up. I want you to move the hips halfway down, let's say, and just do exactly the same as I'm doing right now. For 4, exhale, lift. For 3, exhale. For 2, squeeze. Last one. Now, finish your left, finish your right. Hold those hips at the top. Inhale, lower the hips down. Exhale, squeeze the glutes back up. Inhale, articulate the spine as we did before. Exhale, lengthen. This time, of course, the heels are off the ground. So you're going to feel slightly a different feeling into the back of the thighs and into the glutes. We have 6. Inhale on the way down. Exhale on the way up. So it's a different breath as well because we're breathing in and out only over 2 movements, while before we were just breathing for 4 and moving for 2. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale, lift. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. Stay at the top now. Start to take an inhale through the nose and let's lower the left heel down. Lift the heel up. Right heel down, right heel up. Press and lift. Press and lift. For 8, you have it. 7 and 6 and 5. Give me 4 more, but keep the hips always still. So we're not dropping the hips as we did in the previous exercise. We keep the hips always aligned and stable. 1 more for each side, everyone. And then we take an inhale at the top. We start to unroll the spine, bone by bone down. And we start to interlace the hands at the back of our head. Inhaling, we lift the elbows a couple of inches off the ground so that the ribcage can glide down towards the hips and we feel that the core is engaged. Exhaling, we up curve, so we look towards the knees here, just having the ball of the feet on the ground. Inhale, we come to the floor. Exhale, lift. Inhale, down. Exhale, engage. Inhale, release. 4 more. Inhale, down. Exhale for 3. Inhale, slowly release down. For 2. Feel the ribcage moving down. Keep the chin and the chest a tennis ball away from each other. Give me a last one. Breathing out. Breathing in. Let's curl up now, everyone. Exhaling. And can you start to lift your right leg and left leg in tabletop? Can you start to move your toes halfway down? Your torso stays up curved, but your lower back is not arching. You're lengthening the spine on the floor. Knees come back to tabletop. Head relaxes down. So exhale, we up curve and we send the toes halfway down with the knees glued together. Long spine, knees tabletop, and then head down. So you can stay with this option. That's absolutely fine if you feel that that's what you need today. If you want to add more intensity, you're going to curl your torso up and send the toes to the front edge of the mat instead, away from your glutes. You come back with the knees, you come back with your chest. We have only 4 more, and you choose your own option, but I want you to prioritize your spine. So we never want to arch, we never want to leave the floor, but at the same time, remember what we did before, we don't want to over compress that lower back on the floor. 2 more times. Exhale, curl up and give me a toes tap or halfway down, and inhale, knees in, chest down. Last one. Exhale, curl up and tap. Inhale, back in, release. Now from here, guys, we're going to start to reach the arms towards the sky. We're going to flex the feet instead. We're going to start to send the left leg forward and the right arm above the head. Exhaling. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, we press. Inhale, center. You keep swapping the leg and the arms, and I want you to once more keep the long spine on the floor. Avoid arching, avoid that pocket of air. Imagine that your blueberry right now is squeezed, is pushed, is pressed down. Give me 5. Exhale. Inhale. 4 more. Inhale. For 3, inhale. For 2, breath in. For 1, finish your left leg and finish your right leg. Return to tabletop, squeeze the knees towards the chest and take a little rock side to side. Massage the lower back, relax the hips, relax your neck. So make sure you're kind of releasing anything off the body, tension, extra tension of the body. Take an inhale whenever you're ready. Bring your feet towards the floor. We're going to glue the inside of the feet, and the knees will start to a little V shape, but the inside of the feet are actually just touching each other. So I'm not rolling the knees too far away so that the weight is on the outside of my feet. I am keeping my feet flat on the ground, and then I just lightly open the knees instead. We're going to lengthen the arms by the side of the body, long spine, little blueberry under the back. Inhale to prepare. Exhaling, can you squeeze the thighs together? Inhale, can you widen the legs? So breathing out, belly scoops. We power up to the core. Inhaling, we open. And those thighs are squeezing in, activating the inside of the thighs, inhaling on the release. 4 more. Exhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Inhale, open. For 3. You can decide to carry on with these. Your hips right now are on the floor. You give me 2 more. If you want to add on the next one, you lift the hips. So exhale, squeeze the thighs and lift the hips up to a shoulder bridge, keeping the knees, the thighs in. Inhale, spine on the floor, knees widening. So exhale, thighs glued and hips lifting as an option. Inhale, make your way down and open. 6 times more. Exhale, lift. Inhaling, lower. 5, breath out. Breath in. Exhaling, 4 times more. Really focus on those legs being super tight, super strong. 3 times more. I imagine a kind of a paper in between the knees that I want to keep safe. I want to keep there. So have that in the image, have a feeling there. So you're squeezing your glutes and lifting the hips, but at the same time, the legs are squeezing in. We don't leave a single inch in between the knees. Last one. Exhale, squeeze the glutes and lift the hips. If so far your hips were on the floor, I'm going to ask you to lift the hips up right now, because from here we all finish opening the knees and squeezing the thighs in. Open and squeeze. Open, exhale, squeeze. For 6, we try to keep the hips still and at the same level as we did before. 5, in high, 4, in high, squeeze, 3, breath in, open, exhale, squeeze, last one, squeeze, hold, breath in, rise the heels as we did before, squeeze and hold the knees in and pulse from there to finish off. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, ribcage gliding in, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Release the spine and now release the heels as well. Very good job. Let's take a figure of 4 stretch where your foot is resting on the thigh and your hand is pushing the knee into a turn out position. Option to breathe and stay here. Option to thread the hands around the thigh and just call the right knee a little closer to the chest. Take a big breath in. A long breath out. One more deep breath in. Long exhale. We return the foot down. We swap the legs. And again, you can choose option to press with your hand the knee away from the hip to create a bit more space. Option to lift that left leg and just bring that left knee to tabletop. And you just breathe, guys. We relax the head, shoulders are heavy, spine is long. And you breathe to allow that stretch to help to feel that lovely opening through the glutes. Inhale here. Breathing out. One more big breath in. And a long breath out. Beautiful. Release the feet. Take a little squeeze of the knees towards your chest and a little rock side to side. And from here, bring your hands around the thighs and in your own way come to seated. These can be rocking forwards and back, so letting the legs take you back to seat, or it can be that you are rolling onto one side of the body and pushing through the hands to a seated position. We're going to find the cross legs position. We're going to reach the left arm up and over to take a side stretch and relax the head, inhaling. And exhaling, we round the spine. We place the left hand on the floor so the right arm can come up instead. Breath in, we stay here into a side stretch. Breath out, we round the spine, we swing the left arm in, high stay. Choose if you want to look down or forward. Exhaling, round. Swap the arms and in, high stay here last time. Beautiful. Exhaling, round the spine. Bring your hands on top of the knees and lengthen the spine bone by bone to a seated position. Lengthen the spine, lift the shoulders up, breath in. Drop the shoulders back and down. One more, breath in, shoulders up. Breath out, drop. Last one, inhale. Last one, exhale. And thank you so much, guys. Thank you for joining me today. It was a quick Pilates flow today that we shared. I hope you felt your glutes, your legs, a little bit your core. But at the same time, I also feel that we worked enough the body to feel as well recharged and to feel that we did something good for ourselves. So I hope you will share the same feeling as me. Drop me a comment if you like, drop me a like if you like, and don't forget to just share this video with anyone that could be potentially interested in just practice some Pilates together. And I'm going to see you here on the next video. Thank you.